Hey bookworms, welcome back. This week's episode is entitled When Harry Met Buffy.
I wonder if you all have any idea what we're talking about.
Maybe some of the older people. Anyway, our show is going to be awesome. We're talking fanfic, and we're talking some Buffy comic book, and maybe some intermeshing of the two.
Stay tuned.
But this completely blew my mind.
For our Bookworms Assemble?
No.
You were not like, can I start the charge?
No.
Bookworms Assemble!
I think they got the point.
I think they got the point too. Lightning!
Anyway.
Before
I
was
so
I am.
rudely
I'm so electric.
interrupted.
Sorry.
Do you not want this awesome news I want to share with you?
Casey,
do you want some
digital
awesome
research.
I did. I found out stuff. I found out stuff before she found out stuff.
I know. She actually just schooled me on this about 15 minutes ago.
I was super excited. Okay, so let me school you as well. Amazon has a fanfic kind of world. And I say world because I don't know a better word for it. I don't know tech talk. They have this thing that you can do on their online stuff.
There's one little island, everything on the internet is connected by these little islands and hubs.
Like the island of misfit toys?
And so there's a little channel that goes to this one island and picks up all of the fanboys and fangirls who are also wannabe authors. And Casey's their navigator.
I'm the captain of this particular ship, my friends. No, but I actually thought this was really interesting because I don't know about you, but I get on fanfic. I do fanfic forums.
We read a lot of fanfiction.
I see what's out there.
Fanfic, fan fiction. Written by the fans.
Written by you. By people like you. So what's really cool Amazon is doing, I don't know how long they've been doing this. It blew my mind. They've acquired the license to several different authors' works and worlds that authors have created and television shows. I think Warner Brothers is one of them.
Like characters from shows.
And they've acquired the licenses for these things. So basically they own them now. So they're telling you, the fans, hey, you want to write fanfics for the Vampire Diaries or something else that they have a license to? Write that shit. Give it to us.
I think it's really exciting.
And not only are they going to put your stuff out there, they're actually going to purchase it. And they're going to sell it. And they're going to give you money for it, for your fanfic.
Royalties if you write a good enough fanfic line.
And I think, don't quote me on this, but I believe it's up to 35% of the revenue goes back to you, the writer. So if you...
That's pretty
awesome. I mean, a lot of people...
And not that they own the characters, but they own rights to licensed fanfic.
Rights to this.
We just wanted to clarify.
So you like to write fanfic? You like to read fanfic? You can actually go and purchase some of the fanfic on Kindle form, iOS, Android. You can buy this stuff and read it and help out fanfic authors.
So I didn't know about this before the program, but I promise you after the program...
I thought that was so amazing.
I'm sorry. The giggling is because the Fruit Fly Ninjas are back. So if we bring out a random giggle, it could be one of two things. It could be I got really overwhelmed by Buffy and Harry Potter being a fanfic crossover, which we'll talk about in a minute, or a Fruit Fly just went ninja style on Casey.
They've been trying for the nose. I'm not gonna lie. It's like the orifices. They're trying to get in. They know what they're doing. They've organized.
They're like Luke Skywalker and a Tauntaun.
Right there. Did y'all see that? Can you see this?
Anyway. So one of the fanfics that we wanted to... Okay, so I'm going to steal this conversation.
Steal it. I knew you were going to do this. Go ahead.
Because I'm really excited about what you have to say because I want to look immediately to see if my little girl, who I love, she's awesome, and I'm assuming she's female. She may not be female.
In case I didn't mention, it is called Kindle Worlds. If you go to Amazon and you just type in Kindle Worlds, it'll take you to...
Like world, like a whole wide world?
Worlds.
Like the World Wide Web?
Yes, Kindle Worlds.
I'm pretty excited. I'm going to check it out.
I'm really excited about this.
I want to see if Amory is on there. And her fanfiction.net sign list is AMERIE 0227. Amory 0227.
Amory 0227.
Yeah, she's written a few little lines of fanfic that I really like a lot. But one of them being a continuation story of Harry Potter and Buffy Summers.
Leave it to you to find, like, the weirdest possible crossover that involves something that I love.
It's actually not weird at all. I know. It's like our two souls are merged together in this awesome fanfic. We're best friends forever in this fandom world.
Okay, you can be a wizard. I'll be the slayer. It'll be awesome.
So the interesting thing is Buffy is a muggle who is half slayer, even though I don't know if that makes her a muggle or not.
You can't be half
I don't know.
slayer.
She's not muggle, but half muggle blood and half witch blood. Because she's half witch and half slayer. It's really awesome. And she goes to Hogwarts to escape the master.
Okay, so this is like it's old school Buffy.
It's in the dead middle of it. I think it's at the end of like season 3 or something.
Because that's one thing you will notice about fanfic. It takes place at different points in any one of these given like arcs.
Like timelines. Yeah,
so you kind of got to figure out where you are.
This happens after she defeats the master, but before they go to college.
Okay, that's like several seasons, but okay.
Well, it's like 3 or 4 in, right?
Well,
I think
Master's season 1, and then you have the big bad of season 2, which is Angel, and the big bad of season 3.
Well, Oz and Willow just broke up.
Well, that's in college.
Oh, well, Oz and Willow just broke up.
What do you mean Oz and Willow just broke up? I haven't watched that season. I'm just kidding. I watched them.
Okay, I'm sorry, but spoiler alerts expire after years. You've had lots of time. Like when people said that the Hobbit movies got ruined for them.
Those books have been out since like Jesus Christ read those books.
People, come on. Give us a break. I guess we probably should say spoilers ahead.
I smacked myself in the face trying to get a fruit fly ninja.
Okay. So anywho, so that's mine. I really like it a lot. She's awesome.
Now that is the other thing I want to point out. There is a lot of really good, well-written fanfic out there, and there's a lot of crap.
Yes.
And you're going to want to spend time wading through some of the crap to get to those little nuggets of gold.
But I mean, that's how authors are in real life too.
There's on my face.
No, seriously, that's how authors are in real life.
I'll grant you that, but the thing you got to remember with fanfic is an author who publishes a book the traditional way, someone somewhere at least liked that book enough to want to spend the money to publish it. Fanfic is just out there.
We're giving people free awesomeness.
Potential awesomeness.
Oh, honey.
There's potential doggy doos out there.
There are. But, I mean...
I read a lot of them, so...
It's free, and
it's free entertainment.
There, yeah. And there is some... some spicy ones that you were telling me about. What were you...
Okay.
I think it's got an NC-17 rating. Because they a lot of the sites have ratings.
They will do that. Because a lot of the stuff, especially when you get into certain universes...
Can be a little risque.
Now, I read a lot of Buffy fanfic. Because, hello... Buffy, awesomeness. But I read a lot of fanfic that ties in with an author, a series that I really enjoy called the Anita Blake Vampire Hunter series by an author named Laurel K. Hamilton. Now, Laurel K. Hamilton on her own, kind of risque. Mm-hmm. She gets you might need a little fan and some ice water if you're going to read this.
Oh, Lord.
Yeah. There have been times where I've been like, I'm reading like this, like through the hands. It's bad. But when you combine those two worlds, fanfic explodes. There have been several...
I'm really excited about it.
There have been several, I want to say, unexpected joinings from characters, beloved Buffy characters that we would never expect. People flip and flop sexual orientation. It happens. I've seen it. A fan's like, you know what? I really like Xander. I wonder what it would be like if Xander really liked dudes. And let me find a dude from a really cool series, and let's make him go. And that happens.
But isn't that... Okay, so when it goes male-to-male shipping... Which is when you wish a relationship would happen that's not canon. It's called shipping something in the fanfic world. I did not know that. Yeah, we got to give a little bit of fanfic vocabulary so that you can navigate your way through. When it's male on male, or I guess a female on female too, it's called /fic.
So basically, it's same-sex couples.
Yes.
It's called /fic. // Well, I read some steamy ones of those too.
Yeah, and so that's a different type of fanfic. So crossover fanfics are when it takes two worlds that don't go together, Star Wars and Star Trek.
Harry Potter and
Buffy.
Buffy.
Buffy. And they merge them together. That's called crossover fanfic.
And that's actually some of my favorite fanfic.
Because it's very interesting if you get two loves.
And when it's done really well, you can almost... It's a seamless merging of the two, and you don't really know. You're sitting there going, well, that could totally happen.
So my cousin out there, her name is Anna, and she is awesome. But she writes and helps moderate a lot of fanfic.
Really?
But she does a lot of Glee. Like Glee, the TV show.
Glee.
Yeah.
That's the one where the high school people sing?
Yes, the high school people sing.
Oh, okay.
But then she also does a lot. She loves Buffy. What else? She loves Harry Potter. So I'm gonna have to get her started on this one in particular. So
okay, now is there
what is one of your sites that you go to?
Okay, now one of the best ones for Buffy fic, just kind of Buffy fic, and maybe even some Buffy crossover, is called Twisting the Hellmouth.
Twisting the Hellmouth.
Twisting
all spelled properly.
Yes, all spelled properly.
.com.
Go into your little computer machine and your little Google search and put in that, and it'll bring you right to the site. And that's a lot of really cool... And that's where you can get other crossover. I bet you there's Harry Potter crossover in there.
I bet.
There's Buffy, Angel, Spike. I believe there's Charmed crossover in there. A lot of different stuff. Now, if you want just kind of general fanfic, you don't really know about what crossover you want or
even what medium.
Exactly.
Because these are books and movies and TV shows.
You can fanfic anything that you can be creative about. Anything that sparks your imagination and makes you go, well, what if this happened?
Yeah.
I'd really like it if they did this. Someone knows.
What if fruit fly ninjas descended upon Sunnydale and they had little fangs? Or those are pinchers. Now I'm doing Harry Potter.
We're fanficking life right now.
We're going all crazy.
But,
sorry.
Okay. We were giving them helpful hints.
To
help them
navigate.
Fanfic. So, okay.
Fanfiction.net.
That's another one.
That's a general, you can go across any medium, any type of character.
And I think another one along those lines where a kind of good place to get your toe in is called Archive of Our Own, I believe it's called. And that's another one, a lot of different shows, movies, a lot of different crossover. And you can kind of just dive in and start playing around and seeing what you like.
Yeah, I agree. I mean, we do like fanfic, and it's a supplement to our normal reading, and it's really enjoyable, and it can be a guilty pleasure, it can be something relatively serious. Some authors that we know and like have come from fanfic, so I mean it's a very popular
one of my guilty pleasure books started off as a Twilight fanfic.
Yeah, this is a true story,
and I totally didn't believe her when she told me that that's where this series developed. I'm like, no, it didn't. You're so full of shite.
There are arguments against it, and I know you all haters are gonna hate, but it really did start. A Twilight fanfic is how you got 50 Shades of Grey, people.
And after you told me this, I kind of thought about it, and I kind of reread some stuff, and I was like, oh my god.
Yeah.
You
cannot unread these things.
So, I mean,
those are just the best sites that we think
you can go to. And definitely, again, check out the Kindle Worlds on Amazon. If you like fanfic, if you want to write fanfic, I mean, that's a good place to get started, to get your toe in the door. See,
I agree.
Work out your mad skills.
Well, you should start with something like fanfiction.net if you're going to be an intro writer, because they have a really awesome reviewing system. People will review you, and then you can post your next chapter. So it could be like a daily chapter, it could be a weekly chapter,
and some of these get really long.
Yeah, people talk to you and will tell you helpful hints. They'll help you navigate. It's
not
a
all
really
of
good
them are
starter.
helpful. Some people are dicks.
Well, I mean, you're gonna have your jerks anywhere you go. I mean, muggles. What can you say? They don't get the magic. Sorry, I'm all about magic today. It's all about the magic, Sorry. Okay. Anywho, we're gonna stop there. We're gonna cut that because I think we're pretty much done with our fanfic talk. Unless you had more to offer.
I do. I have one thing. One last little thing. One little caveat.
I'm gonna leave her at one. Hold her to one.
If you like fanfic, we're always looking for new stuff. If there's a site that you really enjoy that we didn't mention, go to our forum. check us out on thatstupidpodcast.com. Leave us
Please
comment.
leave us a comment. Or you can call us at 480-STUPID9 if you think that we said something incorrectly. Because fanfic is pretty serious. I mean,
some people take it really seriously. So let us know. We want your feedback. Give us something cool to go check out.
Sure. That sounds good to me. So our Hit the Books is kind of interesting this week.
It's super interesting.
Because what we decided to do, we've talked about it before. I said, because I'm a big reader of graphic novels, and I'm very adamant that graphic novels and comic books, I tried to merge the two, sorry, are a form of reading. It qualifies as a bookworm material.
I agree.
And I think especially now more than ever, graphic novels are getting more serious, more in detail. The geekdom is rising, and both women and men are contributing greatly to this, I think, now. Mm-hmm. And they're getting freaking awesome.
They really, really are.
But the daddy of one of our biggest universes and likes, it's called the Whedonverse, because Joss Whedon mixes all these fandoms together, and there's little hints of geek everywhere.
And he's so awesome.
Books,
everything he does.
Comics, shows, TV, or movies, whatever it is, whatever Joss touches, has a loyal following.
Anyone who is a die-hard Whedonite, mm-hmm. anything that they hear that Joss is putting out, they're on it.
We're on it.
Like, even if I kind of don't know if I would like that, I'm on it.
And I'm ashamed.
You should be. Tell them why you're ashamed.
I'm very ashamed because I am a Whedonite. I love Joss. He is one of my favorites in the whole galaxy. Or many galaxies, to be that. And I've never read Buffy. I mean, we talked about Buffy, the show, and we love that very much. We've all seen it.
But there's so much more goodness out there.
And he does it in seasons.
The comic book continuation of Buffy, as we all know, shed a tear, Buffy ended after her 7th season.
But not really.
Oh, no, it didn't. It lives on in comic books.
It really does, and it's awesome.
And it's
so good.
It's season 8. They consider each one of these kind of overarching storylines a season. So I actually had this one sit down and borrow my season 8
the
comic
compendium.
Books, the whole thing, and she read them in like 2 days.
Yeah, well, okay, I'm gonna be honest. It was 3 days, but 6 of those hours were spent in movies.
Okay, understandable. You get a pass on that.
Because I literally stayed up all night reading them. Like, I did not go to bed that day. I'm not joking.
No, I'm yay for you.
Friday night.
Just thumbing.
It was awesome.
It was awesome. Cause I don't know, but
there are the Tick references. There are Doctor Who references. There are Star Wars references. Whedon. And I'm like, Joss, I love you.
You wanna have like the babies of Joss?
No, he's married, I think, and has babies.
Okay, like maybe I could just like borrow one of his babies for a little while. Like
I'll just babysit the baby.
Yeah, we can babysit babies.
Can I be your babysitter, Joss Whedon? That's not creepy at all.
No, it's not creepy. Like no, leave your children with us. No,
480-STUPID9. I will babysit your children, Joss.
Please. I know CPR and first aid.
Yeah, we can get qualified.
But okay, back to the season 8 awesomeness that is Buffy.
Bookworms for hire.
We're the Babysitters Club.
Great book series, by the way.
Really was.
We've talked about that on one of our other shows.
We got a little tangent-y again.
Butterfly in the sky.
Okay, focus. We're focusing. Okay.
Joss Whedon, Buffy. There's no butterflies in Buffy.
They get dyed. That's what happens.
Okay, so the comic books are awesome. We want to review the comic books.
Yes, and I want to point out though, not only they're completely well written, like you get the Joss humor and everything, but they are so well illustrated as well. And to me, that's part of the fun of comic books.
Yeah,
is I like to
beautiful
look at the
art.
pictures. I like to look at the pictures.
They're picture books.
They really are, and they actually surprisingly.
They're good.
They are really good, and
they look like them.
That's what I was gonna say. Like they're surprisingly accurate.
They look like they're people in real life.
They're not like little cartoon. It's not cartoon Buffy. It's like art Buffy.
Yeah,
it's awesome.
It is awesome.
And
when Angel popped up on that page, I turned the page and it's one big angel. And then just a few pages later, I'm not going to ruin it for you, but oh my gosh.
There's a dream sequence, kind of, sort of, and...
Oh, the dream sequence. I didn't even get started on the dream sequence.
If anyone ever wanted to know what a...
Slash-fic.
A slash-fic would look like. If your two favorite characters are Spike and Angel,
you should check out the graphic novels of Buffy the Vampire Slayer.
And, okay, I was super excited about season 8 because, like everyone else, when the show ended, I was like, so many unanswered questions and I need more of it. And this actually lets you keep going. It answers some of those questions. What are they doing now? You've basically changed the entire world. Spoiler alert, you should know this.
Well, we're going spoiler alert starting now because at this point we've given you enough time to talk about how awesome the show or the book is.
You really should know.
Now we're going spoiler alert.
Basically, now that you have all these Slayers in the world, what are you going to do with all these Slayers? And the season 8 lets you know what's going on.
It is awesome.
And it's not where I expected
Battle
it to go, but awesomeness.
Worlds get created by some really awesome flying nakedness.
I mean, do you want to use the one F-bomb to describe that?
Well, they actually use the F-bomb in the graphic novel to describe it. They're like, oh my gosh, they're effing.
And they really are.
And it's like all the little explicitives because Joss Whedon is hysterical.
Like ampersand, backslash.
It was awesome.
It was.
Yeah. So that happened.
Old favorites come back.
They created a new world.
They did.
Because they literally exploded new existence.
I mean, if
life was Angel did create life after all.
Apparently. And that's the kind of world I want to live in.
No, we're fanning ourselves. Okay, seriously though. Okay. It was really good.
I really enjoyed it. And, just so you're aware, it doesn't stop at season 8. They're well into, I think, season 9 or 10 at this point.
I don't know. I'm not going to say who dies, but an extremely important character dies at the end of season 8. Like a main character.
We all know how much Joss Whedon loves to kill off people. He's not like Game of Thrones with the hacking people off, but
he's like, he'll wait. See, Game of Thrones, they just kill everybody.
Well, okay, I don't watch Game of Thrones, so I don't know.
Do you know what Joss Whedon does?
He makes you emotionally invested.
Yeah, he sits here like this.
And
He watches fanfic. He watches the boards. He pays attention to Twitter, and whoever is so-called trending, he's like, let's see how long you make it. If you trend so long, dead. I'm convinced that's how he does it.
I think he does it just to toy with us, to keep us on our toes.
I will say it was male. A male dies. That's all I'm going to say. Because otherwise I'm going to get in trouble. Because she's going to attack me.
Yeah, don't do that.
With a stick.
Don't do that. This is my Slayer stick.
With her Slayer stick. At Slayer stick on Twitter, by the way. We're
at Slayer stick on Twitter. Yeah. What I like about this, though, because the Joss giveth and he taketh away. But he also, he giveth. We actually get a lot of really interesting new characters.
Okay. One of them comes out in full nerd gear. So Captain America's shield. I think we've got a Stormtrooper helmet.
No,
there were like a few.
Out.
Yeah, there were lots of little. I mean, there is just he's dropped little nuggets of geekdom all over the place.
Which is one of the reasons why he's so universally hailed as the king of geekdom.
And that's why it's called Whedonverse, because he pulls from everything that's awesome and is like, hey, I'm going to borrow this for a second. I'll let you have it back after I've made you cry.
And I'm going to give a little con shout out. Our upcoming massive awesome funness of DragonCon, which is coming up at the end of next month, has an entire track dedicated to Whedon. It's called the Whedonverse track. Oh, yes.
I didn't know this.
Oh, yes.
This is my first DragonCon. I've been lots of cons, big and small. But this is my first DragonCon.
We are going to pop your con cherry.
Not con cherry, DragonCon cherry.
DragonCon cherry.
Dragon cherry.
And
Book snake.
Had to mention it at least the one time.
Well, I mean, a dragon is a worm and a snake, and like they're all like they're in the same family.
A dragon isn't a worm. When is a door not a door? I mean, dragons would technically be reptiles.
Curiouser and curiouser.
Wouldn't you think dragon reptile? Is it one on my head? It's on my head, isn't it? Thank you. Anyway, I look forward to showing you the awesomeness that is the Whedonverse track.
I'm pretty excited about it.
It is.
Okay, so as we've talked a lot about in being seasons, what about the graphic novel as a book? How's it written? Like, there's lots of material to go on. I was really surprised by that.
Really
there's lots of words in these little picture books.
They're not just picture books. And
they're serious. They deal with some heavy content.
I have read Buffy novels, tie-in novels, not necessarily fan-written, but actual published, and some of them don't get the language. They don't get the...
Well, that's because Joss is actually writing the comic books. He's not writing these novels.
And I think that's where the comic book gets it right. It has the right cadence. It has the right flow. It feels organic coming from these characters that we, let's face it, know so well that we could have a conversation with them.
So, and the storyline is really interesting, too.
It takes a lot of twists and turns.
I did not expect it, I'll be honest with you. I had no idea who Twilight was.
Not that Twilight. This is a whole different Twilight.
Oh, no. So Twilight is the entity that the Slayers are fighting.
We'll call it the big bad of the season.
Yeah.
Every season has its big bad. Yeah.
And Twilight is theirs.
Is the big bad.
And it's this weird, like, looping star symbol thing.
It's
a star.
It's the villain formerly known as Twilight. He's now just a symbol.
Yeah. It's really interesting.
It really is.
Yeah, you should definitely check that out. I liked it. For a book, I'm giving it 10 out of 10.
I'm going to agree. I'm going to have to give it stars across the board here.
It's entertaining. It's got pictures in it. We don't always get that. It's a great way to continue love of a TV series into a book that's an interesting book on its own. Like, this is really good outside of the TV series.
Yeah, as a standalone medium, I gotta say, rocks it out.
So let us know what you think. We need to hear somebody else that's listened to or watched to the Buffy. Watched to. I can't even freaking talk today.
If you've watched it, if you've listened to it, if you've read it, let us know.
Let us know.
We want to
Come on down to Funky
We want to
Town.
know what you think.
So I think that wraps it up, right? I mean, do you have anything more to say about Buffy? I mean, we could always talk about Buffy.
You're asking me if I have more to say about Buffy? How much time do you got?
Buffy Season 8 graphic novels.
Awesome. Awesome sauce.
Go read them. To wrap up our show, I want to do some epilogue because I wanted to refresh some reading material for the summer. So please... Can we talk about some more books?
We can talk about it. No, we can't talk about books.
I want you to read the Lev Grossman series.
Like the whole thing?
The Magician series. Because the third installment dropping this month.
Is it?
July?
I think it's July.
I think it's July.
And I've heard really good things about this series, so it makes me want to do it. But then again...
It is so good. Me and Tess is her, the man who put a ring on it.
He liked it.
Yeah.
Put a ring on it.
Totally liked it. But anywho... He and I really love the series a lot.
And I've been hearing
really
about it
author.
nonstop.
And DragonCon. We're going to meet him.
He is coming to con this
I'm
year.
going to get him to... I wonder if I can get him to autograph the book. And then we can give it away to you. We can do some trivia or something. Would you all like to have an autograph copy?
It would have to be some badass trivia to earn some of that stuff, though.
That's true.
We're not playing around with you people anymore. You're going to have to get serious.
Bring it.
Get serious about
Subscribe.
some trivia.
To us. Not That Stupid Podcast, even though we're through That Stupid Podcast.
We stand alone. We are women, hear us roar.
Bookworms.
Hashtag bookworms. I hashtag stuff now.
She hashtags stuff now. I mean, we have watched the escalation of this beautiful young bookworm. She's went from a little caterpillar.
I blossomed into my... I don't want to say my womanhood, because that just sounds like puberty.
Her bookwormhood. Okay, I'm going to go off on a tangent real quick because this is really important. And it's an epilogue, and epilogue's kind of like, let's just throw it all out there. Throw it against the wall, see if it sticks.
By all means, tell me what's sticky.
Okay, we live in one of the greatest little cities on the face of the planet. Knoxville, Tennessee. It is such a comfortable place. People call it the couch.
Now.
People call it the couch. They know we're Knoxville, Tennessee.
Yeah, but... No. Stalk her.
Anywho, so we live in a really awesome place.
It is really awesome.
And I met the baby bookworms today.
The baby bookworms?
It is a book club of 5 and 6-year-olds who meet at the library in the summers.
That's freaking adorable.
And they were all in their little sundresses and their cute little blue shorts and red shirts and little general nerd shirts.
Little baby books and stuff.
And they had these big picture books, but they were making paper chains, like the little linked chains.
Aww.
And each chain link was a book you read. It was the cutest thing ever.
Can I join this club?
I wanted to join this club.
I want to go hang out with those people.
It was super cute.
But
that's what happened on my lunch period today.
You had the best lunch period.
I really did. It was really awesome because it was the cutest little kids. baby bookworms.
It's the next generation.
It is the next generation, and it made me so happy to see it.
We are fostering
Yes.
this love.
Foster love, people.
Of the written word.
Yeah.
Teach your children to read.
Speaking of which, let's give you some more books to read.
Okay, now, one I'm really excited about. I know you got the Lev Grossman thing, and that's, you're all... Deborah Harkness.
Yes.
The Book of Life is coming out.
You got me hooked.
And it is dropping this month on the 15th. Super stoked about this book. The first two were amazing. So, on the 15th, don't call me. Don't text me. Don't, you know...
Do they do midnight book things for those? Like they did Harry Potter?
No, the bookstore doesn't open until it's the daytime.
But you know what? If you had, if you bought books digitally...
I don't want a digital book. I want a book I can hold in my hand. We've been over this.
But you could get it immediately.
Why are you harping on me?
You wouldn't have to wait 9 hours.
I will wait those 9 hours. I will blissfully spend those 9 hours in gleeful anticipation of my physical book. So read those. Those are awesome. Like I said, smell it. Smell the book smell. You all know the book smell.
We do know the book smell. I'm kind of a little jealous.
Be a little jealous.
Are there any other books that we want to talk about immediately?
Well, okay. We're going to mention this book every time we mention new books coming out just because...
Just one more.
Oh my God!
Like poking at it.
Anne
like
Rice.
poking a bear.
Anne Rice. We've talked about Joss, who's our king.
Mm-hmm.
Anne Rice, our queen.
Our queen.
Is dropping Prince Lestat in October.
If you haven't heard us talk about it yet, read it, do it, buy it.
Oh my God.
Be it, live it, smell it.
Don't dream it, be it, okay?
Sleep with it in bed, take a bath with it.
Well, that would ruin the...
Well, all the corners of my big books have, like, a little water. Like, the corner of each little book has, like, water damage. Like, where I sometimes... Like, where I read in the tub. Nobody else does. No. No, okay.
Just
You're
you.
lying. You're
Just
lying. You totally have water damage on your books. I know better.
No, I actually treat my books with respect. I treat my book like a lady. I don't treat my books like some trollop like you treat your books.
Hey, we have fun. That's all I can say.
I take my books to a nice dinner. I lay them down by the fire. I don't put them in the tub.
I put them in the tub. I put them in the sand. I put them in the pool. We're still talking about books.
I will not do it with a fox. I will not do it in a box.
I will eat green eggs. I'm anywhere, same I am.
You're a book slut.
Can't help it. I love my books.
I don't blame you.
Don't book slut shame me.
Takes one to know one.
That's true. So let us know what we need to read this summer.
Actually, I'm open for suggestions. I need a good series. If you have an awesome series,
I still want to do a book club, and baby bookworms should be inspiring. Let's do an online book club. Tell us what to read this summer.
Exactly.
And we'll read it with you.
And then we'll talk about it. We will have discussioniness.
Please comment. I'm getting really lonely out there.
She is, because I don't even talk to her.
I'm on, like, the internet island that we were talking about earlier. Like, the world is here, and then each little page has its own little...
I can captain my little
I'm,
boat
like,
to you.
over here, and there's no channel connecting me to anything.
You're like one of those Galapagos islands.
Okay, this is what I am.
Archipelago?
Super Mario 3, when you have the map, and you have to take the boat over to the island to get the special little treat where it goes... doo-doo-doo-doo-doo, and the little guy pops out. So... there's a lock on the door leading to that channel. So unlock the door. Talk to me. Row your little boat over and we'll hang out. And I'll like dance with the mushroom man on the... Okay. You have no idea what I'm talking about.
You lost me a long time ago, but I kind of like the sound of it.
Nintendo Entertainment System.
I played Sega.
Yeah, another like... oh my gosh.
What? I liked Sega.
I know, but like here we are. Apple, Android. Digital, print. And now we're Nintendo, Sega? Will the madness end?
Crips or Bloods? I mean, which do we get to be?
I don't know. I like red a lot.
I look better in blue.
I don't even know which color goes with which.
Crips or blue?
So that makes me blood?
Well, I would assume blood red, yeah, so.
That's exciting. I want to be blood.
Okay, well, Snoop Dogg is with me. I don't know who you got.
Oh, I like Snoop Dogg.
You can't have Snoop Dogg.
Oh, Snoopy loves me, though. Oh, wait, no, it's Snoop Lion. Lion Snoop. Okay, we gotta go because I'm breaking this off. So, see you next time.
See you next time.
Bye, guys.